Sorry, my microphone is off. Oh, this is a huge thing. Oh man, what do I say? It's funny. Sorry. Well, I hope you are listening well. Let me see if my microphone are okay. Give me a second. Phone are okay. Give me a second. Testing. Oh, let's go. Let's think. Let me delete one filter from my microphone. I hope it's better now. Let me see here. Yeah, it's pretty better. Pretty nice. Okay, let me see with music. Okay. Okay, I will test with music on the background, and I'm talking now. So give me a second. Yeah, the song for me it's louder, so probably for you will not be, but make a, how do I say, pick the song louder. Sorry, how do I say, lower or things like that. Let me see here. Okay, let me make a, how do I say, pick the song. Okay, the song it's okay on the stream. I can talk normally without a problem, without a, how do I say, a conflict in my sound volume of my microphone and the sound of the music. So it's perfect to start now. So that's it. Let me see the quality of stream. Okay, the sound is okay on the stream. I can talk normally without a problem, without a, how do you say, a conflict in my sound volume of my microphone. Okay, test down. So let's start here. Okay, let me put here this screen, this window. Let's start the music from the start. So guys, first of all, here, for contest all of you, it's, well, what we gonna do in this screen. Today, I'm making the last part of my degree on computer science. That's called in here in Brazil, it's called TCC. Who it's like the, how do we say, the last big and huge work in your degree. So it's the last job you need to do to take your degree on something in some subject or some formation, like all the graduation you have. So for me, I study computer science, So the first thing I need to do in my project is the prototype part. So I need to make the prototype in Figma, and after I put in the code line, or the project in itself, like in the development. That part here is it. So if my English is not good enough to talk, or if you don't understand what I'm talking, if you are Brazilian, just comment in Portuguese, I will answer in the Portuguese. But if you are from other country, just type something in English, I will read and answer your question, okay? So, okay, let's start here when I'm stopped. So, what is the context of this project is it? It's simply a web page from one project on my college called lacia.io. It's a project of educational from children's on the community of my city to, how do I say, teach some children how to learn computer science or things from development and use the computer for their works. Most part of this it's courses from, how to say, Arduino, programming, development in general, and things aligned to computer. So had a lot of courses who my college, how to say, shared to the community from the city of my college. So it's it. My job here in this project, it's make a website, a page from internet to the community access, see all the projects made by the students, and had a part from contacts or email, phone number, communication, etc. And one part from subscription. So some children will subscribe in the formulary to participate of their one course, for example. It's like that. So let's go. One advertisement first. We have a QR code here. Yes, here. This colored lightning, it's from Lightning Network from Bitcoin. So if you wanna donate something for me, you need just have a Lightning wallet and put your phone camera in this QR code, and you redirect it to your wallet or your Blue wallet, for example, and you choose some value to transfer of Satoshi from my wallet, and you can send a message, and I will read and comment in the last video or live stream. So that's it. Okay. Let me return to the part of prototype. Well, we have some things here. First, it's the color map that's here. It's all based on the logo from Lacia. So we have two mascots, two pets here, and the color map. So the map, it's the landing page. Will be pretty simple, but I don't know if it is part it's right. Okay, so I will plan to be more simple than that. Okay, let me think if I could develop something better, because I don't like this color here and here. Maybe I switch the color, for example. Let me do this here. Okay. No, I don't know, man. Okay. Let me make a copy of that. Okay, let me pick other colors. Okay, we have two options here, but I don't like it yet. So let me do one more. Oh, this one is nice, man. Let me pick white. Memory is broken. Oh, that's nice. If I put one stroke here. Yeah, this color, it's nice. This home page here. Yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. But it's too much. If I do it white and black, the monochrome. And if I choose uh, light light colors, like pastel colors for this, I realize you are just like me, trying to do this story. I think this color is better. It's more sober. Hi Travel with Breterham. Thank you for watching this stream. I hope you enjoy. How are you? Fine? Maybe this color is not the better. Hey man, what you are doing? You are a developer too? Where are you from? Oh, I don't know if this color will fit yet. Let me choose another one, more darker. Yeah, perfect. I think this is perfect. A little bit. Yes. This song is nice. Too much nice. Okay, this color fit very well. Okay, we know the colors are fitted, so let me see one thing first. I don't know, man. It's have a little it's wrong. It's a hell of a large difference between the first and the last. The last seems like more professional, maybe. I liked most of the last one. Because when you have a lot of colors to management, to do the management of colors, maybe stay like carnival colors. It's not so good for professional projects. So the last ones, you can see the difference. You know, like in the 30, for example, can be more soft in these terms. Yeah, it can be pretty nice. So if you are watching here and do not understand nothing I talking here, don't worry. I'm just streaming to talk a little bit of the English. So I don't know too much English, but I'm forcing myself to practicing more making streams. Okay. So sorry if you do not understand, but I'm training here talking with you, okay? Oh, okay. Almad Dogar. Nice to meet you, my friend. Okay, thank you for understanding. So, I hope you enjoyed this stream, okay? Thanks for watching. You are a software developer too? or not? Let me see the chat here. I don't know if it's synchronized. Oh, that's synchronized. No worries. Okay. Let me choose here. Make another one with black and choose the color this, then darker, no. Yeah, from the same color. Maybe I need to choose one color darker. What is the color? 00C1A. Maybe I need to switch this color. What is this color here? Pick here. Switch to this. Okay, better. Fit better. And here I will put the same color, but I will get more lighter to make the contrast between the two colors. Kinda just in starting out. Okay, me too. I was starting learning Python and in a few libraries in Python and Python of HTML and CSS. Oh, this is a pretty nice start, man. Python, for me, it's the better language to learn the first logic of programming, the first algorithms. It's the better language to practice, and it's the better language to work with AI too. I worked in my college in a project of AI to machine learning and read some images and classify them. So it's a pretty nice language. Had a lot of bibs. It's bibs how I talk. Libraries, sorry. I have to translate for my language from my country to English. So it's libraries. I have a lot of libraries. And it's a pretty nice and easy to learn. It's a very helpful tool to understanding without a lot of text you need to write in your computer to make one thing, like Java, for example. I don't like Java for learning the basics of computing and programming. So I prefer learn with Python or another language. For example, C, it's a pretty nice language. So I hope so, okay? Because some friends of mine don't agree with me in that point. So they prefer Python for all. Okay, no problem. I like Python, but it's not my favorite language. Probably my favorite language would be C, C++, and let me see here. Yeah, C, C++, and Python. These three languages. I programming with JS, JavaScript, and C# on my job, but I program by necessity, not for taste. My taste, for example. I program because I understand and know how. But if I choose a program with another language like C++, Python, Rust seems a good language too, but I never programmed with her. Okay. I hope this is the better version. Have a balance on the colors. Okay. I too don't like Java. It's bloody hard, even harder than in CPP. Yeah, it's truly C++. You are completely right, in my opinion, because Java had a lot of things. You Java, you need to understand object programming, and you need to learn a lot of syntax and semantics to understand how to write a simple hello world, for example. For me, it's a completely hard, and you need to make a lot of things to do simple things you can do in Python with 2 lines of code, for example. Understand me. Java, it's not a bad language. It's a very good because of the JVM, for example. You can use in every device, for example. But have a troubles like that. Some kind of works will work nice, and some kind of works will work completely struggling to make it realize this project, for example. So can be great, can be worth, depends of the occasion. I'm so learning C++ in university, and any tip on learning C++ easily. Well, man, what I need to, what type I do to you? So maybe for me the best way to learn is pick the documentation of the language and read. No, write any code. Just read. Pick the documentation, read, think about it, and after you read it all, you will write some code simple, without any help. Probably you will see a lot of errors in your terminal when you're compiling the code. So when you see an error, don't pick the error and just put on ChatGPT or Google. Pick the error, read the message, you understand why this error are, how to say, why that error happens, need to happen to see this message in the terminal. So you will understand what kind of error is it, and once you understand, you can, how do I say, work better with debugging this language. So some errors can, how to say, save the errors in your mind, so you get the error. I hope you understand it, but it's hard to speak in English, and something's complex in talking here. So I hope you understand. I will write some text here, translate, and put for you in the chat for if you don't understand, okay? Let me do this. Give me a second, please. Oh, this is the web app from this code. Here, give me a second. Give me a second, I just write in here, translate for you, okay? Okay, the tip is that one tip I can give is when a program to analyze terminal errors, it's the first, you will have a very good analytical vision of that. So you understand the algorithm and the errors and why this happened. First of all, you will gain a lot of analytic thinking, okay? The second thing I can tip for you it's read in parallel the documentation without practicing yet. You just read, understand, and this thing uh, after 1 day, 2 days will remain in your brain. So for this, you will just sleep, study, read the documentation, sleep, and this information in your brain will be processed. So in the next day you will understand better and can practice more and understand more. Well, for me, how to say, works well. Okay. If you don't understand, I will answer in the chat here. Okay. Here. Let me put here why. Okay, why my chat don't respond here? Let me do one thing here. Well, man, where are you from? I choose to talk in English in this stream because I need to learn English and practice. When my country, no one talk English, so it's very hard to practice. I think I need to plan a lot of things to practice, make a course, and talk with other people, talk in Omegle. But Omegle, you know, what is it? It's a completely disgusting. Okay. Let me put here in the chat. I hope you understand now. What the fuck? Okay, let me hear. This song pretty nice. Okay. Making these tips, you gain more security to code in C++. Well, I'm building a website from my project on college. Okay, this question is from Shivan Chukumar. Well, in my country, we have in your colleges, we have something called TCC. I will write in here in this chat. TCC it's the biggest and largest and last project you need to do to graduate in your degree here in my country. So it applies every subject on your degree in one project. So this is most hard project in my degree in more extense. So I'm building right now a web app like a a landing page, for example, using some languages and practices I learned in my course, all my course. So in this time, I'm building a prototype from this landing page, okay? Also, in parallel, I have the project in the code here. So I'm just create the 5 or 40 maybe, 5 new branches who it's, let me show to you my GitHub. I create 5 branches here. Okay, yes, the main, it's the basic, you know, right? It's the basic. Okay, it develop, who it's the branch from development in general. For example, what is the difference between develop and feature? A feature, it's a feature in specific. For example, you need to build one activity in your page who will demand a lot of coding scripts in JavaScript. You build this thing in a branch of feature who not will destroy your develop branch, okay? It's like that. I hope you understand that. But sorry, my English is very how do I say? I'm starting in English, so maybe you don't understand what I'm talking. So the develop, it's from the base of the project. The main, it's just for the last part of the project before the release branch. Okay, the release branch is tracked. So you just make a commit and a push request when you finish this version. Okay, and the hotfix, you pick from the release a bug, for example, and put in release version. Okay, I make these 5 branches to practice them to the part of the GitHub to understand how branch works and practice a little bit to understand how which design of branches could be better for any project, for example. It's like that. So let me read the message of Ahmad. I can understand what you are saying, bro. I have heard even worse accents, and you are actually saying English pretty good. Thanks, man. Thanks, I appreciate. So, okay. I can really understand what you are saying easily without even trying. Okay, no worries. I hope I'm doing well. Thanks for this information, man. Really appreciate. So, okay. Sometimes I will, how do I say? Let me do one thing here to explain better. Sometimes my English lock in when I'm saying, because I have a sentence when I'm talking who locks, because I don't know if it's right or wrong, so I lock down and get locked in talking, like right now, for example. Okay, but don't worry, if you understand, that's the objective. Okay, let me get back in prototype. Okay, this here. Okay. Okay, once we pick the colors and choose every design basis here, you need to create the other things around it, this page. Well, what I will do right now is send to my coordinator these screens and options from template for he can choose one of them to I put in production, develop. So I will He will choose one of them, and I will develop for him, sorry. And that's it, okay? I will print screen here and send for my coordinator here. The coordinator, it's a teacher from my college who will focus on my project to give me step-by-steps for something bureaucratic. Like, you need to do this thing for your project, it's still be available. It's like that. Okay, let me print here. I will send these 1, 2, 3, 6 examples. He will choose. Okay. Okay. And in parallel, I will make another pages from this website without a color, without a organization we are creating now. Okay, just the base of the project. Give me a second, please. If you wanna ask something or talk with another team, you can write here in the chat, talk normally. Thanks for watching. Okay. Well, I sent for him, so I need to wait. Probably will not responding my message today. Okay, it's normally here in my country. Don't answer this question today. Okay, no worries. So once we create this, let's do another part. Well, let's create this top bar here in the code. As you can see, every page here had the same top bar. So we need to create top bar here and the footer. Okay? This part can be extensible when you do not develop yet. So that don't matters now. Okay? Let's do this. Okay. Image Dogger, you can start building your website project the first or the third design. Man, depends. Because for example, for me, I'm perfectionist. Mainly in design, because I love design. So it's not a question of numbers of designs you make. It's more the taste and the proposed. How do I say proposta? Só um minuto. Give me a second. Sorry. It's not a question of the numbers of the designs you make, right? It's not the number of the proposals. So maybe, for example, I will go to this screen. Okay, screen. Okay, it's not the number. It's like for the more professional you will see here. You can be the first version. It's more colorful. So it's so many informations in your eyes, and it's not sober. What it's be sober? It's all clean and most like a web application from a huge site, for example. Once you ask for example, a software development site, website, for example, like mine, for example. I will get in here. Once you see a site like this, you see he had a lot of colors, but in the right place, and have not too much information in this. So basically you have colors like white, black, green, and variations of green, green darker and stuff like that. And once you know that, you have to, how do I say, send content from your information you would wanna send to the user. So the unique part from your project can put a lot of colors in the information. It's when you need to put it. For example, here this is in my language, don't worry, this is project. This is my project of design. So I put here because it's the place of I put this information, right? So the design can be more than 3 and less than 3. So depends depends of the objective of your project. If you wanna do a simple project, the first and the second you probably just finish. But if you want to do a project more professional, you need to do more than this and compare. For example, like I do here. I create 1, 2, compare the two of us. Oh, sorry, it's the song Two of Us. Compare the two and get between the two the best content of the both screens. So I get the better version and put in the third version. While you see here, it's more darker, it's more clean. I reject the blue color, right? And the same thing I do with this two for the 4D version. I pick the color even darker, put the white color, and change the color of the top bar. And the same thing I do with this two here. I create another one. I pick this two, make this. I pick this two, make another one. So I will getting a list of things I like it, and it's nice to put in this design, right? So you compare the last one with the right one, okay? The usual one, the part of right now, the screen of right now. Okay, let me see here another comments. I hope I have answered your question here. So, Ahmad Dogger, they seem a little attractive according to a website perspective. Yeah, that's the purpose. So, when you are developing a website, have a huge patterns in this development, like color, spacement, and how develop. Because in the website development area, we have things to limit your development because of navigators or browsers. Navigators, sorry, it's a bad translation from my language. Browsers have limitations for development, okay? So you can develop things you can develop in your desktop in a browser because have limitations. So with this information, we have some rules and practice and patterns to make all the sites be pretty nice. Like for like this, for example. Thanks for the. Sorry, I'm confused now. I appreciate your comment, and that's the purpose. Be like a website normal. Like be in stay with the patterns of the newest patterns of programming websites, for example. Let me see another comment. What type of web app are you trying to build, like an e-commerce, or will that website contain any other function or feature? So the mainly purpose of this purpose is the translation. The main proposal. Let me translate it the right way here. The main proposal of this website I'm developing now, with the blue colors, this here, it's create a website for a project from my college. It's called lacia.io. Don't have a site yet, a website yet, but it's a project education. So some students will subscribe in this site to access some courses and events on my college from computer. It's for our community of my city when I'm studying, okay? So this is the main proposal for this project right now, okay? So that's it. Okay, once we develop here, let's develop in the site here. Damn it, I click in another program, which I do not want to click. Okay. Okay, we have a home page here. How Vue works here? Well, we have three main parts of one component. We call it components because it's not the same as object in programming, but it's like a web component. Like one part of your project you put here in this part here, it's directory. So first of all, we are template and script and style. And it's exactly you are imagining. The first part it's the HTML, okay? The second part is the script, when you put the script from JavaScript. And styles, it's the part of CSS. So it's pretty easy to learn. My first project in web applications with disconsidering, let me see the translation of disconsidering here. Disregarding the part of vanilla style, like you need just write index.html, style.csl, and javascript.js. This is the vanilla style. So you develop a site fast and just one page or something like that. Disregarding this, I developed one first project in Vue, and it's pretty easy to learn. In this time I learned a lot of this. Sorry, let me turn off the music. I learned a lot of this in Vue.js in this first project. So it's pretty easy. You just understand three things: JS, CSS, and HTML. If you understand these three things here, you just put this in one component, like this. For example, we have a H1, call it here a sentence on my language for my project, and P here, like text, for example. It seems the same thing in HTML. The difference is because this thing don't go without a compiling system to the index HTML. First, this component will connect to AppView, who will compile all this information in a simple index to the browser. So it's pretty easy. Okay, so let's do this. Let me get back to work here. Oh, sorry. Okay, so we put here the song. Okay. I don't know if it's dot or the hashtag. Okay, let's do it with hashtag and see what does this thing do. Let's see thing here. Hi Anish, how are you? Hi. Sir, I want to start UI UX from basic. How can I start? Well, it's a pretty nice question. Well, I'm not the specialist in this area, but I love it to work at. But one tip I send to you is maybe understanding the concept of colors and spaceman. Like this, for example. I will answer to you. Here I have a project who I'm working on right now, and here we have something I can show you. For example, color. Every project of design or development, you need to have or create a colorful groups here. Like you have the main color, that's blue, the secondary colors, and the colors of light and dark. Like for example, black and white, or blue, dark blue, or lighter yellow, lighter red, for example. These colors will help you to map this, how to say, aspect from your project. For example, here we have white, black, darker blue, and things like that. Another thing is the spacement. You need to understand the spacement. Here in these screens, you can see a lot of things based on spacement. For example, we have parts here like this has the same spacement like this. Okay, so it's a very nice thing to learn in UI, in UX design. So it's the start from here. Okay, colors and spacement. You probably will see this part here called footer. The footer can be spacement different than a top bar, for example. Top bar, I put thinner than the footer, because the footer normally you write a lot of things like contacts, number, emails, informations, additional informations, and you need to be larger than this top bar, for example. So the basic of UI UX design is this. You can learn a lot of things searching in YouTube, normally, like Figma tips and designing, web design, things like that. But I hope the best tip I can do is do it. Imagine some site or project in your mind and try to make it through with some kind of tool like Figma, Photoshop, and Adobe XD can be, and can be with HTML if you know HTML and CSS. And you practice a lot, because some things you only will know with time. Time and practice. So, for example, I practice a lot of UI UX design, so I developed my style of development and designing. So I have this design who is combining the first with the next screen, and choose the better things I like between the both of them, and the third, and do the same thing with two of these. Okay, and compare what I liked, what I don't like, and put in another like this. So it's pretty cool to make your own rules and your own methods to make it through and try it out. Yeah, these tips. Well, I'm a type of person who learns a lot alone by myself. So I try and let me translate this sentence I'm imagining here. I do a lot of trial and errors things. Like I try, okay, I get accepted, nice. And not, why I can change. So I try again and try again. Let me translate here. I try until I succeed, in this task, okay? Just like this. So I'm try and error method I use. It's more hard. No, it's pretty easy. The problem is the most time expense is expending. You expend a lot of time doing this, but once you know and learn of them, never gets away from your mind. Okay, you will always remember because create a little trauma in your mind, and you will remember this trauma every second when you are developing. So it's pretty nice for me. I don't know if it works with you guys. Open the Prisma and show the design. Prisma? I don't know what you're talking about. Let me ask. Let me search here. Are there good opportunities in future for UI and UX designer? It can be, but depends on which where you from. Depends where you are working, and the time you will send your resume for the company. So today it's a pretty nice day for start and a pretty nice time to start because don't have too much designers, but have also many, but not it's the foolish full of designers, and good designers are essentially rare to found. So if you practice a lot, you will stack and be great at this. Okay, it's the main contest here. You need to be good at it. If you are good, you will found a new opportunity. You understand? You need to be good. Not necessarily you need to the expert. You need to be the expert or the best guy in this tool. But if you are good, no worries. The opportunity will come to you. Will come to you. Okay. 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 Let me read here. Open Prisma show design, brother. Sorry, I never understand this. Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry. Prisma. Okay. Prisma. Let me see here. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, the Prisma is the plugin who picks the CSS and put in the code. Put in no, export the CSS file to the code. Okay. Yeah, can be useful to use, but I'm not use yet because I'm just creating the initial part. I don't know this how to say here. Let me translate for a second. Well, I haven't decided on some parts of the project. Haven't. So I won't take a lot of tools and be try hard in this project right now. I'm just creating things. I hope it's useful or be a nice brainstorm for the project. Some kind of things I have decided because I'm planning yet. So maybe not today I will use the Prisma, okay? Just colors we choose here, and some designs and make the roof style. It's roof or no, it's roots style, roots. Well, Vue.js, it's a framework. It's like, for example, let me see one here. React. Did you search for React or something, some framework like this? It's also same as React, but different because it's another framework. Works always the same, but have a little thing different. But in my opinion, it's pretty easy to use. It's not so confusing that React, for example. And the better part, it's open source. So if Facebook crash, the support will stay stable. So it's normal. What you should practice more for getting job? Sorry, let me understand this question here. What should I practice more for getting good job in it as I'm a student? Well, one tip I can send to you is this. Give me a second. I will make this tip for you understand. You pick some AI chat like Copilot, for example, and send a message from him. For example, I am a student of design UI and UX. Can you send me ideas from projects to my projects, like ideas from to web design. You can do like this. You pick one of the AI chats and ask for ideas from projects. Don't need to be a real project, just for practice. For example, I will send here. Give me a second, he will answer. Sorry, he answered in my language, Portuguese. Okay, the Copilot sends me some ideas from this project. From your project, you need to practice. For example, we have here a health app, a web app, or a app from phone. You can practice in Figma or your software you like to make the web design or app design. The education platform, this 30 here is a pretty good. It's a task manager. It's pretty nice. E-commerce, it's a pretty common to practice like in this contest. A travel app and things like that. He will put in some ideas from you. You pick a lot of them and make some app in design and tools like Figma, for example, and practice every time you can practice. So it's a question of time to you be good at it, right? Select a number between 1 to 100. Okay, let me see here. 65. 65. Well, let me see. what happens when I choose the number. I would suggest starting with Nuxt 3, better DX, and modularity. Yeah, it's a pretty nice way to start too, okay? It's a pretty nice because you need to know a lot of these tools here. When Danish answer, and you learn a lot of things also with Figma too. So it's a pretty nice tip too. It's very nice. Okay, guys, let me code here a little bit. Where are you from, guys? Which country are you from? So let me think here. Top bar, create. Let me see. Maybe I recompile this. Oh. Class. Let me choose the ID. Okay. By the ID, can pick. No worries. Now I'm using Figma and I stated now 2 days before. 2 days, okay. It's normal. I had a lot of things you can use in Figma. For me, for example, some plugins and some things in Figma I can understand and use right now. For example, let me see here. For example, I had a lot of features I can use. I don't understand yet. So it's normal. But you can do and practice in the same way. Like, for example, you can practice a lot without these things. For example, we have this plugin who sends the CSS to your project, but you can do without CSS, creating your own. Like, I prefer this. We have Tailwind CSS, it's a framework for CSS. It's a pretty nice framework, but I like it. I understand how to use it, so I prefer do not pick some framework I don't understand yet. It's not implied that I never learn this thing, learn in the future. So it's not implying in it, but when I'm coding, I prefer use things that I have a domain, okay? But things I don't have a domain, I prefer learn first, read a lot of articles, read a documentation, and see a lot of tutorials before I apply these things, right? So it's it. Well, we created here. If I had a footer here, maybe it works. A header. Let me see. Adjust flex, justify content. flex start. Let me see here. No, it's not right yet. Let me see, I don't remember who use Flexbox. Let me see here. Uno CSS. You don't know what is CSS, so CSS is that thing here. It's the style part of the project. It's like you made the skeleton of this one. Let's imagine you are creating a human, okay? The skeleton of the human, it's the HTML. Okay, it's pretty ugly. It's not beautiful. So the CSS, it's the meat of the body. So you will fully design the human based on HTML, but CSS will creating things to get beautiful in this skeleton. Okay, and the script is the soul and the mind of the human. Okay. It's like that. So in this part, styles, it's CSS, okay? In this part is the mind and the JS, the script, like programming language. And this part is the templates, okay? So it's the skeleton, okay? It's based like this. Pakistan. It's interesting. I never meet someone from Pakistan. Nice to meet you, man. Well, some guy here answered something. Let me see. Oh, Anish, it's from India. It's a pretty nice country, man. Had a motorcycle branding that I like too much. It's called Royal Enfield. It's a pretty nice bikes. I think it's much easier than using HTML and CSS. Yeah, you are right. Because Figma, it's for designers. It's not a development. You create a prototype for this development. UI and UX designers create the idea from the developers, create the program, right? So it's different. It's two areas different. But some who are developing, like I, for example, can be both. Can be the designer and can be the developer and do the same thing, the both things in the same time. Okay, like I'm doing right now. Do check out notes I get. Okay, this I already read it. It's Atomic CSS engine, similar to Tailwind. Oh, well, I understand. I never know it about this. Never heard about this engine. It's a nice. I will search after these streams. Looks pretty nice. I use Uno CSS instead of Tailwind when I'm creating Vue projects. Well, Danish, works better or fits better in Vue projects, or it's better in all types of frameworks for this project? I don't know. I never used Tailwind in Vue.js, for example, but can be nice. I don't know. Okay. Well, guys, I will finish this transmission right now because I have some things to do without developing, and we see in the next stream. Okay, if you not subscribing to this channel, please subscribe, and see you in another video or stream. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.